Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week this week, you've got the Temperance card. Temperance is all about alignment. This is all about balancing the material and the spiritual world, if you like, or the inner and the outer. If the Magician card is as above, so below, the Temperance card is as within, so without. And this is really inviting you this week to pay attention to what your inner world is saying, and more importantly, what experience you are having because of what you're attracting to yourself. What are you manifesting? What are you building from that space within you, right? And how it's showing up for you is going to really determine the experience that you have. The other thing with the Temperance card as well, this is all about patience, right? To be temperate is to be patient, is to be even, is to be balanced in some way, shape or form. So you're really being asked this week to have patience with yourself, right? In fact, I will definitely say this to you because I'm also saying it to myself. Give yourself a bloody break. All right, like don't be so hard on yourself. You can't. It's like anything in life. If you try to beat something into submission, eventually it's either going to give out or tell you to do one, right? And it's important that you start to find ways to work with yourself here. If you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you got that Ace of Cups. Love yourself into being, right? This is a time for you to really start not only, manifesting your best, but it's also a time for you to start really loving yourself, right? This is self-care to the extreme. This is patience with the self. It's giving the self just as much as you give to other people. As an Aquarius, you are naturally a very giving energy, right? And with a Scorpio 10th house, right? This is where it gets slightly interesting, especially if you're an ascendant sign Aquarius, right? To a lesser degree, the sun and the moon. That means that your career, your social status is to be in the background, providing and creating the glue for the world in some way, shape or form, right? Which is why Aquarians tend to be sort of more hidden because of that whole humanitarian energy and element. But this week, you're being asked to give to yourself as much as you give to other people, to nurture and nourish yourself as much as you nurture and nourish other people. The other thing with the Ace of Cups, it's got a very similar energy signature to the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment, right? This suggests that this week, something that your heart truly wants, maybe something you've been working on creating, maybe something you've been working on manifesting into the real world, is now starting to show up for you. For some of you, especially with the Temperance card, this could be the start of a new relationship, but it could just as easily be the start of a new relationship with yourself. I'm here for it. For your communications and conversations, you got the Judgment card. There are going to be some big conversations taking place for you this week, Aquarius, right? You've got the Temperance card on top of the Judgment card. The Judgment card is the huge change, right? In the communication sector, big conversations that are happening. And some of these literally look like they are the answers to your prayers, things that you've been waiting for a long time, things that maybe you told yourself, you know what, I give up on this because I've been trying to manifest it for the longest bloody time and it still isn't here. This week feels like you're going to start to see the stirring of these things, like these things are going to start to happen. When it comes to communication, you might find that things that were previously, maybe you thought they were dead in the water, they now suddenly start to get life or start having life breathed into them. This is also you initiating some of the conversations that need to happen in order for certain aspects of your dreams to take shape. In a way, I kind of feel like this is you saying, okay, you know what? I'll always be a humanitarian, but let me focus on my stuff for a while and just wait to see how much amazing stuff happens for you when you take your destiny in your own hands this week. The other thing with the Judgment card that we don't talk about enough, or I don't, should I say, is the call to action. Right, the universal sort of like get off your tush, do something with this. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could very well be a case of things moving really quick when it comes to the work, when it comes to the career. Some of the changes that are about to start happening for you, if you're employed by somebody else, you may not be on board with. And I kind of feel like this week you are going to start to really consider what that means for you in the long run. When it comes to those of you that are self-employed, business owners, etc., this is you really starting to take yourself out of some of the narratives that you don't agree with. Like, usually Aquarius will be there on the front line fighting the good fight, but it's like this week you're saying to yourself, you know what? Let me just take my energy back out of this. I don't need to be in all of that. I don't need to be dealing with that at the moment because I've got this, right? And this week is me. It's you, doing for yourself what you would usually do for others. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working, this might be an old family drama. And in fact, this might be for all Aquarians. This might be an old family drama that just creeps up and it's like, oh, really? Somebody... I don't know if you've ever seen that. I was just going to say so. There's a meme and it says, somebody get this bitch a plunger because she loves to bring up old shit. And that kind of feels like it might be a pervading element this week, so watch out for it. And if somebody does try to rain on your parade this week, or somebody tries to sow seeds of doubt or discord in your dreams or the things that you're working on or towards, chuck that, right? Don't give it any time or energy. You really don't need to feed into that. This is a week where you can be selfish. Rafi's giving you permission to give yourself permission to expand and to be self-centered. For your love and relations, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, right? For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is a beautiful energy. If you want children, if you want more children, if you want to grow or expand or proliferate your family, grow, expand, proliferate, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, pregnancy, birth, etc. This is the time, right? Get in that bedroom and start making those babies. Right? That's as much as I will say on that, but this is a very fertile energy this week. Especially given that we've got a full moon, powerful full moon at the start of the week. So consider that. When it comes to your, those of you that are single, there is a fresh start here in love, right? And I know for a lot of you, lots of people have been talking about this for a while. And I know a lot of Aquarian people that are like, well, maybe my energy missed that because, it's a drought out here. One of the things that I like about this for you is this suggests that maybe an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, is going to come in, and whatever it is, it starts very slow but very sweet. And that's how you will know. It's not going to be one of these things that started like all of your other relationships or things that you've been in before. It moves really slow. The conversation is slow, to pick up, but it's very, very sweet. Not like saccharine kind of rom-com movie sweet, although that's my particular taste. Right, but there's a sweetness to it, and I think that will be the deciding factor for you. For your money and materials, ooh, girl, we've got the Sun card right underneath Judgment, right underneath Temperance. Money looks good this week. Finances look good this week, and the start, right? Like there is a shift on the material plane towards your finances and your love life, right? You're going to feel these two things really simultaneously start to expand and improve. And the reason this is happening, I believe, is because this week you're putting yourself first. When it comes to physical health and vitality, the Sun card is the best card for health. It's basically a free pass, right? Obviously, eating pizza all day, brushing your teeth with a bottle of Jack Daniels and smoking 40 cigarettes, every day for the next week is not going to do you any favors. But yeah, for the most part, this is great for health. And then especially so I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're waiting for tests or results from anything that you've had on a medical level, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but your test results come in and they're good, right? You got good news to come. And then for your home and environment, this is really nice. I kind of feel like you're turning a corner when it comes to the home this week. So for some of you, maybe that's that you find the next place that you're going to live in. For some of you, this might be you can finally do the work on the home that you're hoping to do. For others, this might literally just be you being in a position to make some sort of move. Your full moon message is the Gate 49 and Revolution. So here's where this gets really interesting. Specifically for those of you that are Aquarius ascendants, the full moon in Cancer right out of the gate on the 17th is going to be in your 6th house, which is all to do with your day-to-day routines, your work, your physical health and your body, right? Very interesting. And where this gets even more interesting is this card, the Gate 49 and Revolution. You see the Phoenix. This is you, Aquarius, this week being reborn, right? Your outlook is being reborn. Something is starting anew. You are giving to yourself in a new sort of way. You're giving yourself permission to rebrand, redo, you know, to just rise, right? And then on top of that, you've got Mercury retrograde. As we start this week, Mercury will have already started its retrograde in the sign of Aquarius back into the sign of Capricorn. And I gotta say, the day that I'm recording this, we've got we're still 2 days to go, but when Mercury retrogrades in Aquarius, Matt, I stutter and everything. Like, I find it really hard to deal with. If you're out there and you do as well, let me know. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.